Alright, get out of my way, Chris Brandt. Bang, yeah, take that. This is a practice lap. First lap of the day, getting ready for racing. You know, they change things up overnight. You never know what's really going on. This is the Mystic Mangler. Everybody sees that one. It's a bit of a backbreaker sometimes. Just gonna rip around the track, warm things up. One thing I did learn was you need to go around the track faster in the practice laps, because if you go too slow, you kind of hurt yourself and the machine. You'll see why here in a minute. This is a slow down section. There's some tires to jump over. Then there's a little bit of a brick wall here. All of these things wreak havoc on your drivetrain, have a tendency to break parts and pieces if you hit them too fast. So they slow people down, but they also give you a bit of a, an advantage if you know how to ride them, right? This here's a tight turn. This is that jump that I was just talking about. If you go too slow, this happens. Bam, right under your nose. This here's the anthill. A lot of people get choked up in this. It's a tight little corner. And then we're back into the tabletop with a Mystic Mangler. You see that right there. People get jammed up here too. If you don't hit enough speed on that one, you get hung on the tires, and then everybody behind you gets bumped up and held down in that holder. And that's the finish line. Right there. That's what the finish line. So we're getting ready for the finals. This is the round 1 finals. And I placed second in that. We're going to see how that all went down. All lined up. There's a girl, and the girl has the sign out in front of you. You know exactly what's coming up. Listen to this fella. TV control to start on the flag at my side. He just basically said, if you didn't hear it, that there's a 30-second countdown followed by a 10-second countdown, and then he's going to raise the green flag from the side of his leg. As soon as it starts to move, that's when you're good to go. I am third in the front row, so I'm on the outside. I got Brant beside me and Brian Deegan, this metal militia guy, on the number 1 position. That's CBS right there, CBS Sports camera. You gotta say a whole bunch of stuff in the camera. That's kind of the way we roll. And another camera, more CBS Sports. He's gonna do a cool kind of shot here. Oh, down from the bottom of the tire, coming up. Oh yeah, gotta nail it. Yeah, that's the cow horns. And saying some kind of clever stuff. Not really sure if it'll make the clip, but let's just see what happens. Now at this point, you're kind of, the bugs are just flying through you. Got that weird feeling. I don't know. I don't race very much, but it's a funky feeling. Kind of like it. I usually yell and scream a little bit. Now she's got to get off that tracker. I'm going to hit her. Just going to aim for her there and get ready. Here we go. It's going to happen any second. If you look down by the, there he goes. That's it. Now I sort of wanted these guys to do this. This is what I was hoping would happen. They'd fight for that inside track, and it kind of worked. I was going to go outside, but then they did that, and it worked out perfect. That put me in first place. Here's another view from the back of my car. That's Brent Lee, superstar race car driver guy. He's on my butt. So it just gives you a different perspective of what's happening there behind you. People jumping over that, and then Brant and Deegan get kind of screwed up there. I thought Brant was further behind me, but he managed to squeak through and get right behind me. So needless to say, yeah, I didn't really know that he was that tight on my butt. But he's following me, and you know what? He's a bit of an animal out there too. He's out to win. Those obstacles. I don't know what else to call them. Just obstacles. They're just not nice on you. They're hard on the machine. Guys usually bust up axles and all that if you're hitting and landing on with power on. Big tight corner there. Put the triple down. Try to nail all 3 of them if you can at once, and then we're coming up on that hill. It has a good drop, but if you hit her nice and fast, you have a nice smooth landing. There he is. Little bump on my butt. That's all good. Oh, little bump again there. Take that, Chris. So then watch what happens here. I was up on 2 wheels, and so does he. That takes him off my back for quite a while. Well, pretty much for the whole race. Here's again the start, so you can see it from a different vantage point. Everybody's flying through. and you get to see what happens up there, and I get to skirt through. That's me in the lead. Isn't that sweet? And Brant on my butt. He's ripping. He's following hard. The key is keeping these cars together. You know, if you hit that Mystic Mangler right there too hard and you fly up too high and you land with the power on the wheels, you're going to bust something. So my whole theory on this thing was to keep that car together and not break anything and let people sort of go down around me, and it sort of paid off. Check this out. I'm just coming up on this corner. It's some nasty soil in there. You can't really give her the hog too hard or you're going to put her on side. So, there I go. Now get ready. Brian Deegan on the inside here. Listen to this. Ready? Listen. Bam. Broken axle, I'm sure, or maybe one or two. Came down hard on throttle, and he's pegged on the side of that anthill. You'll see him there in a second. There, that's it. Put him out of the race. Got to really watch coming down with throttle. He's used to those big trophy trucks, I guess, or whatever it is he's racing now. And a lot of people get mucked up behind him. He sat there for many laps after that. Not pretty, but that's just what happens. Can't come down on the throttle. That's all I know. I think he had 3 broken axles at the end of that race. There's Chris Brandt on the inside. The boys hitting the tabletops. There I am again. Inside view. Cockpit just came over the triple into that big corner. My big mistake was taking that big round corner all the time. I should have cut it on the inside. Flying off there. Landed front heavy. I don't know what was going on there. Nice big anthill. There's Deegan on the side. Had to go around him. Yeah, once in a while I'll try to mix it up. See what the other lane's like. It's faster. Too much time in the air on there. If you get down, you keep the wheels on the ground, you get more forward speed. You don't want to be in the air too long. Alright, there's a rear shot from the car. They call these Razors cars when you're racing them. I don't know why. Don't know what that means. But it's a car. It's not a truck. It's a car. Here comes the triple. Well, there a little bit of air time, which is always cool. Feels good. You just put the hammer down, hold her wide open. But I'm coming around that outside curve again, and I just want to show you this here. Get ready. Ah, there he is right there. Bilko. Bilko on the inside just goes over the jump. That's the guy who ends up getting me, the bugger. He's from the Nitro Circus. So watch him. He starts to build speed. I think I've become a little complacent because I know I've got the lead and it's going on a long time. I even say in here at some point, you know, is this thing ever going to end? Because it's like, I think I'm up 6 laps in front. It's kind of a little boring. But I can't turn my head. I can't see what's behind me. I can't see what's beside me. I can only check a little bit because my head is strapped down with that Hans device. So there he is. I wish I could see this in the rearview mirror, but no rearview mirrors allowed. Oh, here comes a triple. Bam. Okay, maybe didn't nail the triple that time. My car was running a little crappy. It had 600k on it, 600 miles. It wasn't a brand new one. Everybody else had brand new ones. I was given a car, a 16, that was old and beat up. Somebody had been partying with it and got stuck and pulled front diff, did all kinds of stuff. There's Bilko. Bugger. That's a good angle here. Let's see how close he's getting to me. He gets a little randy. So here we go. Now the race is on. I still didn't know he was behind me. Until maybe right about there. I noticed him at the corner of my eye. And when you see that, then it's like, uh-oh, time to pick up the pace a little bit. But I still didn't want to break the car. I was thinking about the second round finals. I still wanted to make those. There we are. So he takes the inside, puts the hammer down a little bit, but I got him. And watch this. He goes out to the outside. Louie stays on the inside, and then he tries something a little funky that he shouldn't try, and that didn't happen here, but he's still following me. Will this thing ever end? I'm thinking. Come on, buddy. I'm just like, wave that checkered flag. Give me that last lap thing. There's Jim Beaver. He just went by down a dirty show. Me and Bilko in that rough obstacle section. And that there, Cody Cam right in front. He's just going by out of frame. He was picking up the pace as well. But there, Bilko got me. my car didn't quite have the pickup right off the bat, so it kind of hurt me a little bit in the long run. But he comes up over the anthill and he tries to cut me off, hitting that inside lane. And, you don't do that. You don't do that to old Louie. Ricky Bobby Louie will turn you over. And that's exactly what happened there. You can see, bam, there he is. And those guys got him flipped over real fast, and I didn't expect that to happen either. He was right on my tail again. I was hoping they would have taken their time a little bit, but they didn't. Buggers. So Bill goes on my butt again. You hit that first tabletop too hard, you will endo it. That's a log right there. That's a bunch of logs. So Bill goes on me again. Tires. Cody Cam right there. He's running on one wheel, blew a bunch of axles. That's why he's roosting like that. I end up catching up to him and blowing him away again. But he was running hard. He was running really well, actually. Bill got me on that inside. Really bothers me. But there we are, up over the anthill. Cody's working that one-wheel drive right now. He blew the diff. These guys, man, if they're not used to the car, I did it last year. I broke all kinds of parts and pieces. There we go. That's one more lap left. And I got roosted, right? Always keep your mouth closed when you're riding, boys, or when you're racing. Keep that mouth closed or you get a mouthful of dirt. I learned that last year, so I kept her closed, but I still got it up inside my helmet. Here we go. And I put the hammer down, and it was kind of fun flying by him in the air there. That was neat. Still had him in the roll on the inside, and then he gets me. But you know what was really nice? I could hear a lot of people yelling and screaming, "Ah, Louie, go Louie, power mods," and all that. It was awesome. So he got me. Here's the Mangler, and at this point, I am kind of freaking out because you know what? Hey, man, top 3. Yeah! I was happy. There's no doubt. Still am. Still ecstatic. Had a great time. And that's it. We head to the podium. I'm there with Hubert Rowland, Redneck Racing. He builds a lot of tracks, does some Nitro Circus stuff. And he's a real nice fella. We talked a lot, actually, on the weekend. And that's just me spouting my mouth off, trying to make myself sound important. In the big picture, it's not a huge thing, but you know what? Second place. I'm happy with that. Thanks for watching, guys. As usual, stick around.